string move back and forth?
I have seen strings and rubber bands move back and forth, but I've never seen a sound wave.
You can't really see them, you hear them. You could see them, they look like this.
You see what low grade you made on your weekly mathematics test? More than half of you failed. Most of those who passed just got by. Nobody had 100%. This is the poorest class I've had in a long, long time. Most of you have no foundation at all. Now the trouble's with your attitude. You don't pay enough attention in class. You don't do enough work outside of it. You don't know what the word study means. You haven't the slightest idea. Don't you realize that mathematics is an important subject? I tell you right now that unless you get over your lazy habits and come up to the standards I've set for this class, many of you will have the pleasure of repeating this course next semester. Suppose Mr. Grimes had tried another approach.
Good enough. Oh, wait. Model tracking works better with the camera on, right? Oh, welcome everyone. I have no idea. Hang on. Oh, that's actually just the background in game. I thought that I had left the music on, but guess it just sounds like that. But yeah, I have no idea how long I'll actually be streaming because I felt fine beforehand, so I didn't post anything along the lines of, "Hey, I'm canceling stream because I feel awful." And then I sat down, stream was felt fine. Then during the starting soon, it like all the exhaustion hit me. So that's about how I'm doing today. Which is to say, barely. I hope everyone else is doing better. That and also got hit with the thought and urge of, hey, you know what I could do? Oh, right, there's stuff around. Like, you know what I could do? You know what seems like it would be fun? There's actually a couple new updates for Darktide. I might actually be like at the point where I have to wait several hours to update the patches, because I don't know how long it's been since I've actually done that or played the game. Okay, good to know. You can't just crash through those. I was really hoping you could, because that'd be nice. But appears you actually have to go through that somewhat carefully. I find that personally offensive. Yeah. The funny thing is, I know that for the Darktide stuff, I'm notorious about how complacently I play that game. Like I played it since launch, and only in the past, like, I've only actually played a class other than the one that I played at launch a couple months ago. And even then, I picked up Ogren because I'd been playing Veteran since literally day one. Like I was in the beta test of that game because Warhammer 40K built like Left 4 Dead. What's not to love about that? And I only played Veteran's Sharpshooter because my mindset was, I don't care about melee. I'm sure all the Psyker abilities are really cool, but I am also certain that I don't really care about them. Oh yeah, things like right in there. We'll go check that out, because there's a few things that I think are I have to look at. Also, I noticed this while I was starting soon. I really appreciate that a bunch of these Swift Flight breakable walls are weird puzzles, in that you need a wall that you can wall hang on, but it's either here and you're going to blast yourself across several rooms, which is a fun option, or actually, hang on. Oops, I forgot that it's just release and not. Okay, so I was thinking that maybe you could get there and get ramped down, which is fun. No, I'm pretty sure you just have to go straight across. Actually, better question. Can I go No, I cannot just latch onto the wall itself. That would be a really funny thing if it's like, oh, where do I find the wall to launch off of there? Just go to the wall in question, latch on, launch yourself to the left, and wherever you, or launch yourself away from it, and wherever you hit, that's where you need to launch off from. It's very silly. I appreciate the effort that's gone into puzzles that boil down to find the correct place and absolutely toss yourself. Mostly because it's just proving that it's a fun thing. Ooh, echo device. Increase damage dealt by primaries by 15%. That'll be insanely useful. Kane instrument is developed in the biological research facility. Work on it was halted while still in prototype phase. Originally intended to augment a tuner's capability, House Magnolia ceased further development following a dispute with House Frost. Ah, so it's Frost made, which means it'll actually work. Dang it. It feels like you should charge and then press the button, not the other way around. Alright. Still have no idea what this central shaft is hiding. Since none of the walls are thick enough, so it has to just be that there's a thing there. Or I didn't find one last entry. I don't know. I mean, I can just climb back up. Nothing there. Or is it being annoying? Although I thought this game was alright about it, that it doesn't really care about map completion like where old Castlevania would. Yeah, so there's just nothing. Ugh. There's probably something in plain view that I just forgot to pick up. I remember like old Castlevania games, like Symphony of the Night and the like, those were really bad about, in order for something to count as map completion, which mattered a little bit more in those games compared to like this one, is, or at least in the sense that there's a couple of things that, oh, I got that all right, that looked at how much of the map you had found and gave you a bonus based off of that. All right. Got another wall there. It's either that. It would be really funny if you had to blast your way across the entire floor, but I think it's just there. Which in many ways, it's too bad that you don't have to blast your way across, because I'm also pretty sure that the way the map's designed, there's enough stuff in the way that you can't go all the way. There's enough of the... Actually, you might have to. We're here because I didn't realize where we were, so, yeet. Actually deals a lot of damage. Yeah. Hit there, so I think it's actually here. No. No, it might actually be what I first thought. I'm just really bad at aiming. Both are possible. Or there's something that makes more sense, which is a bit of a convoluted puzzle to actually drop something for you to launch off of. I don't know, let's just try. Let's just try. Let's just barrel across the entire dang facility. Yeah, this is going to fail then. Oh! Okay, so light inclines work. Wild. Ooh, magic vial. Ow. Rude. I'm simply looting this place for all it's worth and a little bit more. No need to stab me. Or do, like, minorly invasive surgery. Actually, I'm not a doctor. The minorly invasive surgery might have been warranted. I don't know what kind of health problems Lilac has, or if any. Don't want to die, don't want to die. Bad news. If the barrier disappears, everyone will know the suffering the blighted rain brings. Ah, you've gone insane. Hold up. I have forgot. Oh. You can just do that. Neat. Frost test subject to a tuner. Yeah. We are 100% getting the lore that is not really much of a surprise to me. Test subjects are requested move to the next room when the light turns on. Because, like, I played the first game, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it appears they have a few single note ideas. There'll be another experiment. Lilia's diary. Nice. Be another experiment today? Well, the process has been trying. Watching Lilac grow has become my secret joy. For a child, Lilac has been taking the ways of Intuna remarkably quickly. Good, that's what you need to survive. This is how a mother would feel raising a child? Or an older sister, perhaps. All I can say for certain is that Lilac brings a smile to my face like no one else can. Hope we can greet each other again. Greet tomorrow together again. Yeah. We're a test subject. Might not even be human. Might be artificial. Oh, there was also a ton of foreshadowing for that from, like, moment one. Lilia Frost test subject records. That's right. I used to be here with Lilia before I woke up in the lower stratum. Remember having the homunculi for company. Things weren't so bad. Then, transport capsule. Remember being placed inside so I could be sent down to the subterranean testing site.
Botanical_chaos is first over the fence.
How's it going?
Watch out for Easy Raider patrols.
Oh, it does. There's the only one that made it out. We're finding out, unsurprisingly, given foreshadowing and playing the previous game, that we're a non-human test subject. Time something was after Lilia, but wasn't homunculus. Lilia. Okay, so the only thing in here is lore. And, actually, hang on. Cane factory. Well, it could be an elevator right directly down. Probably ain't. Oh, right. I can get this. A lot easier than I thought. I thought I'd have to launch up with what's-his-face. Means there's probably something around here that requires throwing myself. Probably. More launch and throwing, etc., etc. Oh yeah, and that also requires that. Ah, I see. wait. I'm also confused because it's saying last time we got an achievement that said we had reached the upper stratum from completing the biological research facility. Aside from the fact that I don't have any real indication of where the map can go further upwards, the fact that we're also on the same level still as a central stratum making me wonder. Now, so that's that area. Lower levels done. There's... Oh, wait. There's a way out over there, it seems. Or another room. I want to get back up there, and it seems like the easiest way to do that is just climb the elevator shaft. Oh, right, I was going to climb another shaft. Horribly. I am really tired for pretty much no reason, and was like okay until starting stream, and then that's when the crash all happened. So there's like, I'm aiming for hour and a half, and then I'm gonna go play Darktide because there's an update. But beyond that, yeah, probably. That's been like the most constant source of pretty much anything. Hold up. I think. Yeah. I'm not even sure what it is other than just work is consistently more tiring, and there's more that I want to do outside of work that I don't. Knew it. I barely saw the little mark of an entrance on the map. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, expand Craftery's offerings to the maximum extent. So the only other things we can find is end game stuff. Nice. But yeah, I think it's just work is being the way that it is, and it's constant enough. It's not like it doesn't feel like a big issue, but it's also just enough stress that the options are consistently either do what I want to do outside of work or do nothing and also feel worse. It sucks, but God. I will say this every time that guy's cooldown ability feels like a downgrade, because the fact that he takes it with him quite often puts you in danger. There with you, I've been stuck in training this week for stuff that's pre-rec and probably rarely see while I can see my inbox filling up with tasks. Yeah, I've taken the idea that I'm just refusing to do some training to see what will happen, because it's like the IT department sent an email that was suspiciously like an email I was expecting to get, so I clicked on it, and now I have to do the anti-phishing training again because they consistently do it, and I understand why, because the idea is you're going to, like, they want to train you on stuff that might actually get you, as like a good example of, hey, here's some phishing attacks. But also it's like, these are way too specific and don't have any of the know the warning signs that your video is going to say. So I refuse to react to them like they're useful. Getting decision paralysis, doing nothing. Yeah, that's also the thing. I've more often than not have just kind of noticed that of everything I could do, I'm not doing any of it because I don't have the ability to figure out what needs to be done or not. Which also really sucks, because there's a charity that I wanted do like this is through Epic, so I'm going to be tested on this shit and I have to that sucks that it's a certificate thing and you actually do have to know it, or else like you're not gonna have something that they expect you to have. That blows. Oh yeah, it's so every yeah, I guess it is yearly. Okay, that's really annoying that I don't know what's there. There's this event for Gamers Outreach they call VTuber Summer Slam that starts literally tomorrow. At first I thought it was invite only sort of thing. So I'm like, I'm not gonna I didn't get reached out to, so probably not going to get into it. Turns out like anyone could just join their Discord and say like, hey, I'm a streamer, I want to help out and set it up. And what I found out is it's just everyone makes being a part of this sounds so much bigger deal than what it is. Because like, let's be honest, it's a big event hosted by like a known organization. It's a nice thing to do, but there's also a little bit of clout networking that goes on with it, and like it's fine. Things can be both. We're doing this for a good cause, and also because I want to meet people that might help streaming. But the thing is that this specific one is for like little AV carts or like a cart with a TV and a video game system for kids in the hospital, which is a little personal for me because when I was really young, I was hospitalized and had one of those carts in the hospital room, and that is a massive fucking deal when you're a small kid in a hospital. Like, it's something to do and take your mind off of the everything that's happening. So I wanted to set up something where I'd play a bunch of Nintendo 64 games that I remembered while I was hospitalized using one of these carts, because it was so old that the cart they had was a Nintendo 64, which then ran into the immediate problem that I was really young and don't remember what was on that cart. Ooh, another Origin Gem core. Nice. Yeah, networking knows no bounds, and I think like I get a little bit of the people are like, oh, you're only doing this for clout, and like, oh, you're just clout chasing. But also, things can be both. You can both do something for an honest reason, but as a side bonus, you meet some people. Or like hell, I've done some volunteering that was both, yes, this is a really good thing. Like, we did some house renovations for someone who couldn't, and I also met some really good people. I don't know, my opinion is that most people on the internet just really need to fucking chill. Let's see. Origin Gen core, what can we do? We can boost the witch and the dude that we don't use because I refuse to parry, which it is. But yeah, between the fact that I'm already extremely exhausted and it's a 5-day event, I know if I do it, I'll feel not really pressured, but like I should. Like, I'd want to try to stream for all 5 days, which I don't think I have the energy to do. Yeah, obligated, but also more in a sense that I'd want to. Like, if I'm doing it, I'd want to do it right. But my original idea before... Oh, wait. That's... So we're in the right area, but not in the right place. We need that. My original idea before I realized that's just... It's not a closed event. It's open to everyone. It's open to everyone on request. You just have to request. Was the idea of like, wait, if they don't, even if they don't officially endorse me being a part of this, they can't actually stop me from doing it because, you know, it's a charity. You can just set up a link for it, set up a dono config on yourself and do it. So that might be something I do later, that I wait until a point where it works better for me, like I can dedicate it a bit better, dedicate a bit more time, and then just do an unofficial, yet obviously inherently superior because it's me doing it. That's the other thing about streaming and the like. You kind of have to have the confidence to treat yourself like the biggest thing in the room. Like, be aware that you're not, but the confidence does go far. All right, so that's all that. Well, that's going to be an extremely annoying wall to get to. It's all slopes. I mean, true. That's actually really funny that I have not found... I've seen several kaiju streamers. I have not found anyone else who has their listed height, who has a maximum height in miles. Yeah, I've already got that covered. Literally. I'm covering the area. Don't worry about it. Or do. Just gonna try to, like, drop to there, get over there, and then throw myself, and oh, that pin was actually really helpful. Put that on your to-do list. I've already forgotten, so sure. Where am I going with this? Why am I going with this? Let's go over here. It's actually funny because I simultaneously regularly forget to check that to-do list, but at the same time, when I do, it's really helpful because it's doing its purpose of I forgot this. Be the biggest thing in the room. Check. That was dumb on multiple levels. There we go. I have acquired largeness. Oh. They aimed. So, well, yeah, I assume that you have dead cells. Like, that's part of being a living organism. You get some dead cells around you. But also, I know what you mean. That is a very fun game. Ooh. What's this? Documents on Imperium Paracel. By drawing magic from the land of origin, the Imperium Paracel is capable of emitting an unceasing magic barrier. Precipitation particles that fall from the barrier serve as fuel for all homunculi, allowing them to operate without the need for magicite as a power source. Continuous operation of the barrier requires the presence of Cain Milius or homunculus replica of him. Gilroy has been tasked with this duty as president, but a successor must be readied in anticipation of blight deterioration. It's about barrier. Okay, so there's a chance that if we turn off the barrier, we kill all the homunculus. Bread rolls have necks to strangle? No. Let me switch to corpse. This one has a neck. Barrier. Imperium Paracel is constructed to ward off the rain of death. The barrier draws its magic from land of origin. Looks like there's a key inside. Ooh! Hey, we got Milius's key. However, good luck with the strangling, because, None of these forms need to breathe. Piece. Oh, right. We had the other half of this key. It's made prior to rivalry between the Milius and Frost. It allows bearers passage through the upper sanctum in secrecy. Come here. Wait, there's not a good way to scale this model. Oh, I'm suddenly able to get much bigger. Do it. Strangle me. Choke me out. Just grab me by the neck and shake me. Hang on, that's getting a marker. This room was used by Cain, Lord House Milius himself. No, something matter? No, nothing. It's merely thinking. It's the Upper Stram Administrative District. Alright, so we got a thing. I wonder if there's another path through here that I haven't gotten yet. This still annoys me because like I've been everywhere and I don't know what it is. That's shortcut back. Next thing I want is this room. Like strangling a thingy. Hey, thingy that... Like strangling a thingy. The thingy that wears clothes? Hat rack? Mannequin? Person? Mannequin. Hell yeah. The problem is that there's a lot of stuff that I want to get, especially now that I know like a couple that was dumb in a very painful way. Like I know several people who like several commission taking comic artists now. One of them was embarrassing because I knew she was a comic artist for a very long time and it never clicked on in my head that I could just, you know, commission commissioner for comics that she's proven she's good at. It's a Metal on Fire. I think this is the second time somebody's asked that, but I think there's like metal elements, but the bits that are on fire are actually wood. It's just dark and lacquered wood that looks like it's like red metal. All right, that was pretty fun. Like this entire area is meant to be kind of pagoda-y. In some case, metal and wood. Well, for multiple reasons, actually. First is just complete aesthetics of making something look nice with some support. Because practically speaking, pretty much any home that has drywall is doing something similar. There's a wood frame underneath, but the drywall and paint and all that looks better. I also think that part of the confusion is the tracks of this elevator I'm standing on are actually metal, but the stuff in the background and the main structure's wood. But also, I'm thinking that it's kind of intentional that they say that, because like this area is called the Steel District. That it's intentional to have a section that looks like metal and wood, or wood that looks like metal and all that nonsense. All right, I understand what's going on here. Well, I understand. I do need a bit of a better... Right. Alright, so the left side is set up in a way that... Oh, rude. Probably could have. But that's set up in a way that makes it hard to get up and over. Caught none of the info done because stream cut out on my own end due to intentional UI design. Ah, the Twitch special, I see. No, the info dump was basically that pretty much any building that has drywall in it is doing something similar of covering up another Origin Gem core. Damn, we're late game now. But like drywall is a similar idea towards wood over metal, that you're hiding the structural parts of the wood itself in favor of something that looks prettier and is a bit easier to put intentional customization detailing, like paint, carving, or stuff like that. Yeah. But also, and I think this part was also cut off due to intentional UI design, this area is called the Steel District, so I think it's 100% intentional to have the place look like it's metal. And especially because this area was home to one of the biggest bastards in the settings, who viewed homunculi and people as well as just a means to the end for his own glory and immortality. The fact that it's all a very transparent facade that's easily burned away feels like intentional symbology. Ah, I thought I was going to be able to pop both those drones. So it's fair. Also, all the like pagoda and pipe stuff of industrialization, but also very traditional Japanese architecture is just cool. Ooh, bench. All right. Actually, I should... Oh, this is the way to the upper strattum, I see. Alright. We still have cleanup places. Okay, my brain's screaming at me to do something, so I'm gonna go try to figure out something to do. If I find nothing, I'll be back. Hell yeah. But I hope you find something, and if not, like, learning to take a break is a hard skill, but an important one. 22 magic vials? All right. So I'm getting that. This one I skipped because it's attack up, but a massive hit to everything else. This one I also skipped because I think I had one. Ooh, a blessed carapace. Offering brief window of defense. Right. High enhancer. I like the stuff that I got already. Billion. For no passive, increase heals by 2. That just seems useful. Yeah, it's minus 50. Increase attack and defense for a bit. Answer evasive fragrance, highest grade parts, special alloy, enhancement gear. Alright, just for completion, special alloy and parts of the highest grade. Hence that. Hence that. It's about everything that I'm currently using. Because I don't know, I feel like a problem is that for this type of game, it's deliberately set up that it's hard to actively... Okay, so that's all stats, but no... Ooh, minus 65 or 35. Stats, primary defense, so massive up to defense. And that also increases attack. Alright, I'll take the hit to healing, although I did enjoy having a heal of 200. Alright. Highest grade parts. Because if anyone's going to be useful, it's probably going to be a Lorna. Alright. Ah, special alloy parts are still on the ones that I never use. Because of course they are. Special alloy core. Ah. Seeker Custom. I'm gonna enhance this one because I think that's the one that I'm most likely to use. And that's all the stuff I got. Oh, right. Like, what? Why am I here? Just for upgrades? No. For launching. Sorry, dude. Gotta borrow your wall. See it. Alright, let's try that again. Be out of your hair in a sec. You have a lovely home! This is an impressive distance. Oh, hey! Another one! I do love how there's all the stuff that we need for high level upgrades are already around. Just hard to find because we need the last couple abilities. All right. Anything else? There's this massive mystery that at this point, I'm honestly thinking that I missed something in the maze. That in all these rooms, there's something that I didn't grab. No clue what's over here. Although... that'll annoy me till we find out what it is. Land of Origin... Oh, we can get a little bit further in Land of Origin. I don't necessarily think that's a good thing, but it is an option. There's another barrier there. Can't get to... Because whatever's down the Land of Origin, that's where the final boss fight's going to be. Because, of course, it is. Crimson Forest I just never grabbed because I refused to go back there. I did not enjoy the teleport maze because nobody likes a teleport maze. It's either Mystery Shaft, shortcut to other places. Alright. Down to the inadvisable death world that nobody would want to go to. Except evidently that's where we're fracking this place for magical oil. I don't know. I feel like I was talking about something, but I have no idea what it was. I also feel like all the bosses that we fought over here that were kind of a massive pain before would be a lot easier now. Especially with fully upgraded Nola. Oh, right, that actually parries. But now, I have a feeling of what's going to be down here. That it's going to be yet another case of like when we first came down and we got to a point. Wait. Haha. I thought I caught that animation for a second that Lilac was grabbing onto something. What we got? Typhon. Stores 2% HP every 2 seconds. That might... I wonder... Because last time there's an artifact that we had to equip that was exactly for traversing the Blight. I wonder if this time it's a magical artifact or something. Ha! Saw that as I was falling. Ah! Wait, this thing's rooted. All right. That was a good idea. Thwarted by the fact that it was designed with players who had Lorna in mind. So they knew what was up. I can't even be mad at that. Yeah. Although the Blighted Water is still... I don't quite recall. I think that... Wait, is there an option for another way to throw myself? No. I feel like the Blighted Water in... Ah. Alright, I see. I'm gonna check this wall for nooks. Cubbies, even. I think the Blighted Water in the first game was still... like... you needed to... the mask only helped so much. Yeah, this thing's intense. It's like camping. There we go. Got you, weird wall thing. So I talk. Oh, right. I was talking about a while ago of how boosts and bonuses in this specific type of game feels like anything that's trying to angle itself as a little bit Souls-like tends to feel insubstantial. Like, oh, this boosts my whatever stat by 10%. All right. We got security doors. What on earth? Why on earth would they be trying to keep us out? We have done nothing. Aside from multiple cases of criminal trespass. Harmless. Alright. I see the puzzle, though. One there. And the last one there. Aha! Alright, these things aren't that tough. Unless there's... Ow. Although I've also forgotten what electricity does, so... the debuff that they're putting on me might be a bit more serious. And There's a bit of a change up. Nah. Nah, this is actually is just that easy when you have the proper tools. Well, speaking of proper tools, I could really use a respite of some... Oh, dang. Got everything there. Levy? How? I know I say this every time. How? And above all else this time, why are you here? Levy, what are you doing down here? Levy, how did you get here? Want to see for myself. Land of Origin. It's nothing like it read in the books. I feel so lonely here. This is supposed to be where magic and life comes from. I don't think it's always like this. The Blight has transformed this place. So I could do the Crimson Forest. Here, I found this. Stele of the Land of Origin. Alright. It amazes me how I called Levy's gimmick of being in places where we had to fight and get there tooth and nail by just somehow sneaking through from like the moment I saw her. And it amazes me how despite the fact that I knew exactly what her thing would be and how you could boost it to comical levels of like actually ending up near the final boss beforehand, she is still the person I've least expected to show up. And we freaking met the player character from the previous game. Like, when I saw Lily was in this game, my first reaction was, how are you still alive? But somehow, I don't know, I guess there's just nothing more unexpected and funnier than a tiny girl with unexpected survivability. Wait, no. I understand what they're doing with Levy now. She's been mentioned as having multiple homunculi partners to the point where Yolvin is somewhat mad at her that she replaced him while he went berserk for a bit with another one. But also, she's just another player character. We have homunculi partners. We have been massively guilty of swapping them out when one with a better ability needed for traversal or one that I liked better has joined our party. Like, we don't use Leto, we don't use Hugin or Munin anymore because we swapped them with Samurai Dude and what's-her-face in the chair. Anyway, well, that's why she gets up here, because she has the same amount of help as we do. Which means I really hope that we get a Levy DLC. That would be fun. Vestige of Sorcerers of the Ancients. Contains a description of Blighted Fumes. Land of Origins was once known as the Holy Land of Ancients. Curious item unearthed by Levy. Someone else might have further insight to offer. Thing has to do with the Blight. Might come in handy. Thanks. I'll look for someone that can decipher this. Levy, it's dangerous down here. Why don't you come back with us? Okay, I'm leaving already. Can take it from here, Lilac. Be careful. See ya. She's so cute, but so irresponsible. She needs an adult, and Yolvin is kicking himself that he's no longer able to supervise her. Alright. The hell's up with this place? Aha! 14,000. God damn. And pop. No way. We've done this section in Land of Origin. If I remember right, this section's all poisonous fumes that I can't heal through. It's definitely another stele or something down there. Or my bet final boss is behind. Oh, I know what it is. So this is an unpassable barrier. This is an unpassable magic barrier. Look at what's in the middle. Big ol' empty space that's all counted in the map as Land of Origin. All right. So what's left? What else is there? Because this is going to stay filled in until we get that barrier down. This, I think that's deadly poison too. I think we need to find something else to deal with that. I don't even know what's wrong with this. It's annoying me, so we're doing that. We're finally going to try to see and find... Oh! That was it? That seems like a massive anticlimax. Well, that's all that done. Guess the only other thing I can do without advancing the plot is figure out why they're... Wait, I know what it is. No, I don't know what it is. I thought it was something to do with the shaft on the elevator extending up a little bit past where I could see. Oh, there's ads. Be back in a bit. Am I unmuted? I have no idea. Oh, I am. Sweet. Love that for me. Right. What are you doing? Oh yeah, the elevator of mystery and annoyance. It's like there's something. There has to be something. But there's also very little places that something could be. Unless I just straight up missed something. Or it's something to do with the various ways I can throw myself. Because the shaft... Oh! That is so annoying. But, like... And even worse, as I was just about to say, the shaft can't hold anything. It's too thin. Alright. And the last one. The recurring pain in my ass that has refused to be fully explored since pretty much the moment we got here. I don't care if this is good streaming or not, but how do I get up? Oh, I got up here the other way, and then... Alright, I see. Oh. I just had an idea of where this could be. It could very easily be that I missed, much like that dang elevator. Huh. Oh yeah, and it's a teleporter maze, because of course it is. Huh. Oh, that's annoying. It's very possible that I just missed something in here that was a hidden nook, so I guess we're going to be paranoidly investigating every single somewhat chubby wall recess. Because, yes. Oh, hey Mort. Hope you're doing well. We're slowly going insane at an alarmingly fast rate because there has been something in this area that I haven't found for like the entirety of the game, despite repeatedly going to check on it. So I hope that you're doing good. Wait. Yeah, it's been a week of all times, despite only being Tuesday, so I am quite possibly burned out, stressed, and already exhausted. So going about as good as it can, all things considered. Right. Alright. Where the heck? Because I think there's just a chubby bit of wall somewhere that has a nook in it. Something that I totally could have gotten the first time and not have repeatedly gone into this area obsessively trying to find it. If it's just like a chubby wall recess. Or a thing that I otherwise missed. Yeah. I don't know. Overall, thinking about how both the fact that I'm consistently tired, but yet really enjoy streaming. I don't know. It's one of those things that I am very impressed. All right, so it's not in there. We know that for sure. For sure now. But I'm very impressed by the people who can, like, consistently go and stream for 5 hours every single day. Because I just can't do that. I wonder if it's over there on the other side of that. It's like, on one hand, streaming is fun, but it's also a fun type of work, if that makes sense. Like, it's something that I'm very much tired afterwards. Well, now we're over here. Don't know if that gets us anything. Aside from being over here. Oh, but nope. Alright, new plan. Just gonna study the dang map. Because that... I just have an idea that's really stupid, and it's going to be great if it's actually true. Because that... I don't think there was anything of value you get from getting up to here and falling off on this side. Oh, I didn't want to fast travel. I think the answer is we just have to recklessly throw our body out into the open void and hope we hit something important. Which, you know what? Life advice. Free life advice right there. When in doubt, throw your body into the void and hope something good happens. It might. Or at the very least, your body will ragdoll somewhere that isn't where it is now. Anyway, firing child. And through. Holy shit, there actually was something up there? All right, let's do that again, but this time higher. I didn't actually think there was something in there. I thought that I was just going to have like a minute or so to try to collect my thoughts as we sailed lazily yet definitively in a direction through empty space. All right. Yeet. Oh, speaking of, I don't understand how people have the energy or ability to Origin Gen Core. Why is that on the roof of Sorcerer's Academy? We may never know, but it's certainly up there. The funnest part of having streamer friends added on like Steam is you get to see stuff of like this person who just finished a multi-hour stream of this game is once again playing that game. They might have a problem. We may never know. And is... Alright, new plan for throwing myself. Because this feels too convenient. Sorry. To be coincidental. Alright, so it is coincidental, but it was fun. Is there something on the floor? Because well, I don't refuse to use a guide, but I am feeling needlessly stubborn. So I don't want to use a guide. We got further than we expected. And unfortunately, we have no reason not to enhance this dude's ability. I refuse to parry. Alright, last obsessive look at everything. I feel like it could be there. I feel like it's something under the stairs. Anyway. Right there. Forwards to actual fucking progress. Noise. Ooh. Last, a means to the upper stratum. I'm kind of nervous. Please, wait. Oh yeah, our samurai twinks friends. Our friends from the arena tower. What are you doing here? Got word you were making your way to the upper stratum. Well, we've been looking for way up there ourselves. You wish to help? Stratum's likely the most heavily guarded place in the entire nation. I shall scout ahead to find us a path. It's time for games for over. Prevail or die trying. Thank you, all of you. You're built and honed for combat, and it is our time now. Let us meet in the upper stratum. Let us be on our way. I like those guys. I will say this multiple times. I really enjoy the fact that this game feels like there's a world so nerve-wracking quiet. Where is everyone? Upper stratum, finally back. Like, this feels like a world worth saving. With Night Rain, I have come to the realization... Oh, that thing parries. How dare. I've come to the realization that maybe FromSoft games don't get enough criticism? And on one hand, I know that part of that is just that they're big, popular, and every game won't get criticism until after the honeymoon phase and people are actually willing to look at it critically, and the initial rush of, oh my god, this is the most impressive thing ever, when it's shiny, new, and being discovered, passes. And then people are more willing to look at a critical eye and say, you know, that really wasn't the best thing. Upper stratum communication device. Administrative District Lockdown Notice. As Rain of Death continues to cause severe harm to the upper stratum, survivors are advised to seek shelter at the control tower or other similarly secure locations and await rations. During this period of lockdown, residents are prohibited from leaving the upper stratum. Residents that have been affected by the blight will be quarantined in the central or lower stratums. Upper stratum guard. It's a radio room. Like, yeah, there is definitely a period where a game, if it's not questionable on launch, it won't attract negative press. Like, most games that are good are released to, or that are competently made, get good press at the beginning because, oh, huh, well, that's down there. I hate those things. But I was doing some thinking on Night Rain, and I like that game. I played it for 5.5 hours. It is, however, one of those games I think is more fun with friends than dropping in with randos, and definitely doing it solo. Doing Night Rain solo it's fine if you want to get some random Souls-like nonsense, but you don't want to commit to starting a new game or starting up in the middle. I think, though, calling it a roguelike, I don't know, the thoughts that I was having on it is that there's something that I've seen noted about other fandoms, like specifically comic books. There it is. That there's a type of person who doesn't have familiarity with the genre, and so instead of gaining that, they attempt to make overshot. They attempt to make an adaptation, or like you get for example, someone who doesn't really overshooting? Ooh, administrator amplifier. Top-of-the-line amplifier developed using most advanced Milius technology. Its ability to conduct magic far exceeds that of other amplifiers. Nice. Like, you get people who you can kind of tell they don't get why people like superhero movies. So they do things that's like, oh, right in the face. Ow. That's either, for example, oh, what if for using Batman as an example, because it's the one that my head empty brain can think of at the moment. Like, oh, what if the Joker was a relatable and understandable villain? Please just use Mr. Freeze for that. That's his whole vibe. Or, oh, what if Batman killed? We have Nightwing for a reason. We have anti-heroes connected to Batman for a purpose. Use that instead of the bat. And it's just kind of a... Or I've also heard it around, like, mecha shows or series that people will go in trying to make a subversive or fresh or something that's meant to be a parody or a deconstruction of Gundam, but they're missing so much context of the genre itself that they're saying stuff that either Gundam has already done in a more interesting way or has been already done by other series, or they're missing something that they didn't realize was important. I feel like the biggest criticism I have of Night Rain is you can really tell FromSoft is not a studio that has experience working with roguelikes as a space. Because here's the thing that makes Night Rain brilliant is it's, practically speaking, an officially licensed and sanctioned Elden Ring randomizer. It's like if you just took the starting area of Elden Ring, the Limgrave area, and said, like, all right, we have some events, we have some randomizer, we'll take some terrain from Volcano Manor, and I'm sure a few other places. Ooh, this looks ominous. This is ominous. I don't want to be here. Ah, there it is. And yeah, it's just a randomizer mod, but with it picked out that it'll more often than not favor dropping high level equipment or fun. Like, it's just a way to get the vibes of Elden Ring and a Souls-like randomizer, but to get you as powered up and up to speed as possible. It's kind of like if they decide, all right, we're going to make a randomizer that's accessible. I was trying to parry that. That did not work. And that makes it kind of distinct from a roguelike, if that makes any sense. Because it's extremely basic. Like the fact that the full extent of your customer characterization, people wish they could customize their customers, or at least that was dumb. At least give them some sort of characterization. But the full extent that I've seen so far for early game is you have relics that you can slot in 3 relics of various color. All right, that's fair. That's a standard system. Or I see what they're thinking before about that. The problem is it's 3 relics randomly generated and gained by playing the game that end up being a little bit underwhelming. Like there's like the most interesting one I've seen is there's relics for like when a character's powers are up, do this thing. But the ones that I've actually used end up being if you somehow land a full combo of dagger attacks on an enemy without it dying or without you getting interrupted as Duchess, it triggers your character's ability off cooldown, which is nice. The problem is daggers are like an 8-hit combo or something ridiculous like that, so it's hard to capitalize even with playing with people to take the aggro. But it only appears for a little bit. I'll take that. That was accidental, but nice. And I actually have to focus for these. So easy to overcommit. But it seems very limited as to what it can do, even for something like a big issue that we found and discussed on stream was if you want to do like every single end of night boss has a weakness to a certain element, like poison, electric, fire. There's a weakness for each of them. That weakness, however, is really hard to capitalize on because what we were finding is somehow the game got into a state where, oh, this is so much more complex over here. Running, leaving. Don't want to be here. Don't want to be a part of this. Goodbye. Gonna go left first. Like, we got stuck in a weird lurch where somehow, despite multiple restarts, changing hosts, and multiple runs, we couldn't get a camp that had the proper theming to spawn in. Like, the game was essentially telling us, no, you are not allowed to interact with a gimmick and take advantage of this boss's weakness because we decide, screw you. That seems like the way to go, but I really want to find a respite. Okay. Not gonna be that way. I feel. Oh, this place. I seem to remember it. Always go the way that you don't want to. I'm home. Well, you got us to the upper stratum. Thank you, Lilac. I wouldn't have made it without you. Thank you, Motley. Say, do you ever think about becoming the next lord of your house? Gilroy always wanted me to, but I don't think my father wanted to entrust the duties of a lord to a human. He didn't trust judgment of humans. But you have the perspective of both humans and homunculi. You'd be a great fit. That is such a silver lining for having your brain ripped out by a traitor's uncle and stuffed in a small spider mech. I do, don't I? Ooh, familial ties. Never expected my comrades to follow us into the upper stratum. I always did deeply care about you. Perhaps it was our mutual hatred of Delquin that forged such strong bonds between us. However, I suspect it wasn't just for me. You earned their respect as well. Is that so? I hope I'm worthy of it then. Do you like the name Number 7? As names go, it doesn't suit you very much. I don't dislike it. The number connects me to my comrades. I understand. I liked being called Lorna Frost too. Aww. Like, again, this is the one of the few Souls-likes that I honestly feel that the world is worth saving. That I've always felt a big weakness. It worked for Dark Souls because the purpose of Dark Souls was there wasn't really a world to save. Like, one of the earliest things that got latched onto by the fandom was, yeah, no, the good ending, we don't care what you say. Oh, you okay? Oh, wait, all the dead guards around were this guy. No, they came prepared for this. It's kind of sad, but also appreciated that they're the reason that all this, like, for once, all this ruin and dead machinery around us is not just, yeah, it's there long before us and there's nothing we can do. No, that was done not only because of us, but for us. I love that. Like, yeah, we're, like, technically, if you sequence break, that's just how the map level is. But if you're thinking of, oh, it doesn't really count as doing a thing because if you sequence break, there's not an alternate version of the map. Like, you can't get here early and and those guards still be there. Like, that's just a lame way to think of it. This is a case of the world reacted to us. It would be different if it was not like that until we got here. And I like that about this. But yeah, I feel that, anyway, back to what I was saying, that I feel like a big weakness of Night Rain from what I played of it this past weekend is it's a good game, but it's not a good game made by people who understand what a roguelike or what people expect from a roguelike. Like, I will die on this hill partially because I don't feel like it's a very big hill. It's honestly a shit roguelike. It has awful progression mechanics. Like, you can only do so much with the system of, or with the relic system, and compared to even foundational games for roguelikes, like, what the heck was it called? Crypt of the Necrodancer. That game gives you the ability to refine the pool of items that you can find in a run. With enough time and investment, you can get to a point where only items that you are extremely proficient in and know that you can always win a run with will show up. It's possible, and part of that might just be like, oh yes, I really like this weapon over this weapon, so I will remove the one I dislike from the pool entirely. part of it might be just, oh, I have unlocked so many more weapons since I started the game. I don't need... Oh, I dodged. Dang it. I just don't need the starting dagger anymore. Does 1 point of damage, has a range of 1. Literally anything, in my opinion, is better. I'm going to remove it. And there's not a way to manipulate the item pool. Or if you take a game like Hades, which let you permanently increase your stats either through upgrading your basic equipment or just spending chthonic keys at the Mirror of Night, that let you have an unmistakable advantage later in the run, to the point where after a certain point it's unthinkable for a leveled player to not be able to get out of Tartarus, or whatever the first area of the Greek underworld in that game is called. And likewise, even if we're taking a game like Risk of Rain, where that is a roguelike, there is progression, but it comes in the form of unlocking items and making the item pool inherently bigger. For that game, it has another... Like, yeah, sure, you don't have the ability to inherently deal more damage when you first enter a map or new run. There's not much in terms of boosting a character, except there's one very important thing that I think they could really use. Because for Risk of Rain, you have each and every character has multiple unlocks. Oh, there's just a section to grapple on up there. That is so cool. Oh. Okay, I see what it's asking. There. So, the way it works is, between runs, you can do challenges to unlock alternate abilities for each character in Risk of Rain. The way it works, and now for every character in the game, since an update added more options, every single character has at least 3... Okay, I ran into that. I took the bait. They have at least 3 different options. There'll be one ability that they're stuck with. For example, Commando only has 1 primary ability. Mercenary, or not Mercenary, I don't actually know what that character has equipped. Bandit and Maltia are stuck with their movement ability, their shift ability. But for every other ability, they have an option. They can swap it out. For example, for Unloader, I really dislike their basic R ability, or their, I guess, ultimate or super, you'd call it. Because their basic is throw out a pylon and you can grapple to it. Neat, interesting for mobility, not exactly revolutionary for gameplay, and it feels weird to not have an attack. So, when I did their challenge and got a AoE ground slam, which seemed very fitting for Loader and very useful for how I play, I changed it and never looked back. And Night Rain just doesn't have that. Oh. Flashback. Or cutscene. Or something. that looks like it was made for you. Could these have been your quarters? Do you remember anything? I don't remember this room being here before. I never even seen Nola during my time here. I see. Wonder whose room it was then. The plot thickens, like gravy. Unidentified transformer. Yep, that is definitely a Nola exclusive part. Ooh, which means something else is going to get improved. Hell yeah. But I do think that even a basic option of an alternate ultimate would have been so nice. Because in many cases, when I was playing as Raider in the past stream, the most recurring problem I had with Raider was that his ultimate is good in places, but I was quite often... I won't allow your death to be in vain. Man, I liked the Puppet Brigade. Dang it. But it is quite common where I'd pop it in what I thought was a good location to do some damage and some support, and then somebody that I couldn't see because of the camera or just how the game is. There's so much hectic stuff happening at once that someone else on my team would say, dang it, I was trying to do this and that blocked me. And it's frustrating that I didn't have the option to swap to a better ultimate with more team. I barely touched it. Dang it. Like I didn't have an option to choose a better ultimate, which meant I had this thing that I didn't like to use, because whenever I used it, more often than not, adding a giant stele or giant tombstone or whatever in the middle of play threw off everyone else. So just having something like that with an unlockable, because as from what I know, I did a bit of research, the only thing in the game are the relics, which add a little bit, but not much. And cosmetics. There's not a lot of anything. It just feels like Night Rain is missing a lot of features that most modern roguelites have, and that it's real in the sense of the genre that it claims to be. It's very basic, but it's being it holds up simply because people like playing Souls-like randomizers with friends. Like, unless they intend to do a lot more patches. Oh. Presently closed. State of emergency. Remain indoors. The rain. I understand. However, I won't. Biological. Oh, hey. We're back. Priestess Tears. Ooh. Increase damage dealt to enemies by percentage depending on the number of filled SP gauges. 1 gauge 10, 2 gauges 15. Arcane instrument developed by House Frost is used to store the excess magic of sorcerers whose magic potential greatly exceeded that of others. Where'd you get those tears? Alright, I don't really know what this shortcut is here for. Because this is still better. I think this is a better launching point. But I appreciate the interconnectedness. I think it's pretty much just there for hey, these two areas are connected. You were a lot closer than you thought. Right. Let's... Hey-oh! This is the first time in a long time I've had to use that ability. Denied. Ooh, another admin's amp. Oh, we have flushed ourselves. All right, one thing I find incessantly funny and 100% intentional of just good environmental storytelling. These little stationary turrets things we've fought before in House Frost manor or grounds. The House Frost version, evacuation routes, way, please hurry. Oh, all the sane robots are just so concerned with getting people to the safe evac routes. I feel bad for them. But the fact that House Milius has a cheap knockoff of Frost technology is pleasing to me. That's how it should be. Missing something here. Router, wherever. Probably something in the undiscovered. All right. Yeah. I don't know, I hope that if they do want to do roguelikes, because I wouldn't be surprised if Duskbloods is meant to be like that. I think they have a good basis. I just hope that people aren't gassing up FromSoft for being just FromSoft, for the sake of them being FromSoft. Because I think they have a bit to learn. I can't dash across. Strange. I really need to get back to a respite. Seems like I've found everything down here for the moment. There's definitely stuff up there, but I can't get to it because of the water. Locked door. Super jump. New path. Well. Until we finally just beef it and can't continue anymore. Back on over to the new path. Or not. Or we go over a bit more carefully. Yeah, that's about the full extent of my thoughts that I can do without just repeating myself a couple times. That's kind of the brain in tonight. Not really at all. Alright, nope, that's danger. That's more danger. Oh, I should have looked. That's a shortcut. That was. Though, I think in a weird case of actually making good on my promise of, hey, ooh, the axe. Of, hey, I'm feeling really tired. I'm not sure how much longer I can go on this. I'm actually going to end stream here because it's all catching up at once. Thanks for coming by. I know most of the frustration for how streams have been very short and sporadic, and sometimes I show up with absolutely no energy. Sometimes I'm able to only do it one day a week. I know it's probably one-sided, but I don't know. I like doing this. I like streaming to people and showing off games and talking and seeing what weird things happen. So I guess it's more of like, it's something I like to do and I wish I could do it more. But I'll try not to push myself too hard. We're gonna raid Maya. She's played this game before and enjoyed it. She likes a lot of roguelites and the like, and is playing Erudian Chronicles 100 Heroes. It's actually made by the same devs as Suikoden, like the indie version of Suikoden games. And also, yeah, I don't know. See ya.